So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Risqiya Amaliyah, and I'm totally agree with the motion of abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead of grouping them by competency and intelligence. So, abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead of grouping them by competency and intelligence. This argument is based on the idea that age-based grouping is not an accurate measure of a child's academic abilities, and children of the same age can have different levels of intelligence and competencies. Grouping children based on their abilities will allow them to learn at their own pace and be challenged appropriately. So today, I have three main arguments. My first argument is about the child academic abilities. The second argument is about the reduce the achievement gap. And my last argument is about the prepare for real world. My first argument is about the child academic abilities. The first argument for the motion is that age-based grouping is not an accurate measure of a child's academic abilities. Children of the same age can have different levels of intelligence and also competency. Grouping children based on their abilities will allow them to learn at their own pace and be challenged appropriately. This argument is based on the idea that everything needs an explanation, and nothing just is without a reason why it is. Therefore, grouping children based on their abilities is more logical and institutive approach to the education. It can help children learn more effectively and prepare them for the real world where people are often grouped based on their abilities and competencies. Another point is the student will tend to be in smaller groups, and this will make them can much more focus on study because it is a common sense that a class consisting of just a few students can get much more attention individually by their teachers. Students in homogeneous groups may be more engaged in a learning process because they are working with peers who have similar levels of understanding. This can lead to more focused discussions, increased participation, and also a positive learning environment. In result, this will make the student have much faster growth in learning because they will have much intimate study with the teachers. My second argument is about the reduce of achievement gap. Traditional age-based grouping often maximizes achievement gaps. Students who fall behind their peers may struggle to catch up, leading to long-term disadvantage. By grouping students based on competency and intelligence, we can target support the resource to those who need it most, thereby reducing achievement gaps and ensuring equal educational opportunities for all. Children who are struggling academically can benefit from being grouped with the higher achieving student. This can help them improve their academic performance and increase their confidence, of course. This is also, although partly in accordance to what our latest curriculum wants. Curriculum Merdeka wants to group the student based on their knowledge and also abilities, so the teachers can give lessons to fit their needs. If the teacher just gave the same exact lessons to all the students based on their age and not their capabilities, the less knowledgeable one will find it difficult to follow the lessons, while the smartest one will feel bored and will not get optimum learning experience. Abilities-based grouping can also reduce bullying. Children who are struggling academically can be stigmatized and bullied by their peers. Grouping children based on their abilities can reduce the stigma associated with academic struggles and create a more positive learning environment. Let us be frank. This idea of grouping students based on their academic score has been done many times in many schools since years ago in our country. In fact, my schools also did it some years ago, and my own teacher was one of the accelerated students when she was still in high schools. She once said that there is no really disadvantage of learning in this special group class. Instead, she can graduate it faster, she experienced great atmosphere in the class, and she also can get optimum lessons from the teachers. Again, the advantage group student based on their abilities is shown positively. At least, when I look at my own teachers, a real-life proof of the idea. And my last argument is about the prepare of real world. And finally, ability-based grouping can prepare students for the real world. In the workplace, people are often grouped based on their abilities and competencies. By grouping students based on their abilities, school can better prepare them for the reality of the workforce. In the real world, individuals work with people of varying age and abilities. By grouping students based on competency and intelligence, we better prepare them for the diverse and dynamic natures of the workforce. They learn how to adapt with different skills levels and collaborate optimally, essential skills for success in adulthood. Don't you think it is much better to be prepared as early as possible than to be shocked when seeing the real world? Thank you.